All right, the 2023 Blue Jays have failed the Toronto Blue Jays fan base. They have failed Toronto. They have failed Ontario. They have failed the entire country. They failed the fan base. The blame is on every single fucking member of this organization, top to bottom, hitting, front office, management, coaching staff, even some pitchers to blame, but just a collapse. And you can say, oh, there's 15 games left. They're a game and a half back of Seattle. No, it's over. They're not catching up to Seattle. They have the tiebreaker. They're not catching up to Texas. They have the tiebreaker. So they're basically 2 games back of Seattle and 2.5 back of Texas realistically, because Texas, we are going into the series up 1.5. If we split, we stay the same. If we take the series, we move up 2.5. We sweep, I think we move up 3.5 or 4.5, whatever. But no, we get swept. We're down 2.5 to the Rangers, and no, we would have been like 4 games or 4.5. Who gives a shit? The Blue Jays get swept in embarrassing fashion. All aspects of the game. They haven't scored more than 4 runs, which was game 1. First game 10-4, second game 6-3, third game 10-0. They got shut out, and then fourth game 9-2. Just putrid from the hitting, pitching, front office management, everything. Just terrible. The season's over. They failed us. They need a big rehaul in the offseason. They need to fire Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro. But probably not. Shapiro would probably stay, and then they would hopefully get James Click or someone else. They extended John Snyder, so unless he gets another fucking job, he's staying with the team probably. Our new GM would probably give him a year, which I guess I would give him a year. But anyway, they need to. Ross Atkins is number one guy to get fired. He's made a lot of mistakes. This trade deadline, not getting anyone offensively, getting just Paul DeYoung, just making moves with the Cardinals was baffling. The offseason, obviously, the Varsho trade, which I liked, which Varsho, he provides, obviously, defense and speed and all that, but all of a sudden, he went from a 27 home run hitter to a 12 home run hitter, batting below 240. We all knew his average wasn't going to be good, but at least he would have some power. And the Jays, they moved in the fucking fences and they started hitting less home runs. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. Guillermo Martinez, this guy, is a fucking terrible hitting coach. I don't care. I'm done. Guillermo Martinez needs to get fired. Him and Ross Atkins need to be fired. They need to bring up Dave Hudgens. No, not Dave Hudgens. He's the bench coach. They need to bring up the Buffalo Bison's hitting coach. Because the guys that we brought up from Buffalo are hitting like Ernie Clement, David Schneider. Those are the guys who are hitting, not the current roster. Not Matt Chapman, not Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Bo Bichette's been injured. Springer has regressed. Everyone has been playing like shit if you're a hitter. There's not one hitter that's overperforming. There's no one that's overperforming except David Schneider, which is great but he can't carry the fucking team because he's a 24-year-old rookie. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has regressed. He's a fucking almost like just an average player. Bo Bichette, injuries again. No power on this team. The most home runs is 22. Beginning of the year, we expected multiple 20-plus home run hitters, but we only have one, and it's fucking September. That's putrid. The only thing that was keeping us afloat all fucking summer was the pitching staff, and now when it matters the most, they crumble because guess what? They're taxed. They're gassed. The bullpen's gassed because our offense can't fucking score and blow up games so we can keep our fucking shitty relievers in and save our high leverage guys. But no, every game has to be high leverage. Every game has to be close and tight with this team. They blow games. Romano, even though he's a good closer, every time he fucking pitches, he has to allow a couple base runners with 0 outs just to kill us inside. The Blue Jays fans have lost at least 5 years off their fucking life this year because of this team. So, It's over. There's 15 games. Unless we go on a little Mickey run, win fucking 10 of our next 15, which is not going to happen, we're not making the playoffs. It's not happening, man. I don't care if we're 1.5 back. I don't care. Seattle didn't play today. If we would have at least won today, we would have been a half game back of Seattle. But no, we lost. We're a game and a half back of Seattle, 2.5 back of Texas. Texas was dead in the water. Their bullpen now looks like fucking, I don't know, our bullpen from fucking a month ago. Our bullpen now is dead. You know, they're gassed. I don't blame them for giving up on the team. I don't blame them. You know, you see me blaming them? No, I don't care. I'm happy they gave up on the offense because they weren't putting in their work. The offense wasn't putting in the work. Every player on offense besides David Snyder wasn't putting in the work. Injuries, all that bullshit. This team this year is trash. And Ross Atkins, Mark Shapiro, they have done jack shit with the Toronto Blue Jays. I've given them the benefit of the doubt. I've praised a lot of their moves. It didn't work. I look like a fool because of these fucking losers. Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro, go back to Cleveland where you fucking belong. Mark Shapiro, go back to fucking Moneyball where you belong. It's these moves were like Kevin Kiermaier was alright, and then they got rid of the offense with Gurriel and Hernandez, which, you know, obviously I knew we were gonna hit less home runs this year, but I didn't expect only one guy with 20 home runs this year, maybe 3 or 4, but one guy only with 20-plus home runs, and that's Guerrero, and he's been fucking dog shit. I hate Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I used to love this guy. You know, even last year, you know, there's struggles and stuff. He still hit 32 home runs, almost 100 ribbies. He still had a good season. Not great, but, like, this year, he's not going to hit 30. He's batting under 270. He's fucking whiffing. He's chasing at fucking sliders in the next batter's box. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is fucking putrid. And I wish we can trade him, but I think the front office is not going to trade him because he's too marketable. Yeah. You look at the free agents. I got to look at them on Spot Trek. You look at the free agents this year. Hyun-Jin Ryu, I love him. He's been playing great. He's actually one of our best pitchers. He's filling for that fucking baby, Alek Manoah, who fucking sucks, who didn't report to AAA. Alek Manoah, you're a fucking baby. I don't like you anymore because of that. You know, if you wanted to improve your career instead of stuffing your fucking face with Mary Brown's commercials, you fucking play in AAA and you prove yourself that you're back. You improve yourself and get back into fucking shape, get back into MLB, and, you know, but no, you're sitting at home and you're giving a roster spot to a guy who actually deserves a AAA spot, you know. You don't deserve a AAA spot because you've been there. You were in the majors. You know, you don't deserve a AAA spot. You don't deserve a AA spot. You deserve a fucking Cancun spot where you fucking belong. Better learn Mexican. Oh, actually, you do. You learn Spanish. Go to fucking Japan. Go to NPB. Matt Chapman is trash. Can't hit a high fastball. I want him gone. At the beginning of the year, again, thought he was going to have, like, obviously, I know his average is not good. Obviously, every year his average is not good. But he hit some power. No power this year. Can't hit a high fastball. Defense is overrated. You know, I'm actually happy he didn't win a Gold Glove last year, even though he deserved it. He doesn't deserve it this year. He sucks. Matt Chapman needs to go. Brandon Belt, he's a good leader, but he's old as shit. 15 home runs. He's been, obviously, the first month was fucking opposite of Matt Chapman, and then the later months he's been playing good, but he's injured. Always injured now. Kevin Kiermaier, I wouldn't mind bringing him back. He's actually a true leader on the team. Good defensively, obviously, good speed. But, you know, if you want to fucking improve offensively, you got to get rid of him and move Varsho to center. Jimmy has an option, but I want him gone. Chad Green, I don't really know. Well, I'm not going to comment. He hasn't pitched that much. Whit Merrifield, I want him gone because we got David Schneider now. He's 10 years younger, and he's hitting with more power. He's all right defensively. He can do the same fucking job as Whit for cheaper and younger, and he can hit more power. He has 8 home runs this year, and Whit only has 11. He's played the entire fucking season, so he has more power. Jordan Hicks, I would bring him back because of the speed. So that's the free agents. I don't really give a shit about, you know, I'll go to who I want in the offseason. But Mark Shapiro, Ross Atkins are a bunch of clowns. They've won jack shit. They have won back-to-back 2 wild card sweeps and failed, like, not rebuilding quicker. Not trading Donaldson quicker, making bad moves, trading for Brad Hand. Remember that? A bunch of other ridiculous moves. The front office is just terrible. They have won nothing. 2016 wasn't their roster. 2016 was Alex Anthopoulos' roster. And look at him, man. Alex Anthopoulos with the Braves. He's won a World Series. He's gotten to NLCSs. He's brought in big talents. He's drafted well, scouted well, signing his guys long term. We haven't signed Bo Bichette or Vladdy long term, which I'm happy we haven't signed Vladdy long term, but we haven't signed Bo Bichette long term. And how come we can't? We can't do that, but other teams can. I think it's because our fucking GM and our president of baseball ops are pussies, and they're just losers, man. They're losers. They act like they're a world class team, but no, they're bad. They need to get rid of him. Rogers needs to fire him and get James Click in there because he actually built the winning team back-to-back years, 2 pennants in an ALCS appearance. He just got fired because of a power struggle with the owner. But the Rogers is not it's not one individual owner; it's a company, so he's gonna be answering to multiple people instead of one. Instead of Jeff Lunau, who was the owner of the Astros, but. Anyway, James Click is in the organization. I would bring him in as the GM because, he's a successor. He worked with the Rays before, obviously, unfortunately. So, but unlike Heinz Bloom, who got fired, and he got his team to the fucking ALCS. He got fired, but we can't fire fucking Ross Atkins, who's done jack shit. We got swept in 2 wildcard series. Okay, we got swept in 2 wildcard series. We had a really good run in 2021, but he had a terrible trade deadline outside of Jose Barrios in 2021. 2022, his deadline was better. Well, he brought in Witt. He brought in... I forgot who else he brought in. Oh, yeah, Mitch White. Oh, yeah, what a fucking pickup. Mitch White, a fucking terrible trade. Varsho trade was... It was terrible. We lost the trade, People said we lost the trade. People said we won the trade at that time, but we lost the trade. I admit it, but I still like Dolan Varsho, but he needs to be moved to center field so his value will go up. The Teoscar trade, I think it was even because Eric Swanson's been with the team and he's been doing good, but unfortunately he got hurt and then he came back and then we taxed him. We used him way too much because of our offense. So this is a rant on the fucking season. This season has been a roller coaster, ups and downs. I really wanted to go to a game this year, but I'm so glad I'm going to a preseason Leaf game over this fucking dog shit team. They swept the Royals. Woohoo! Oh yeah, that's another thing. We can't sweep opponents. Once in a while, there was games that we should have won, like against the Rockies, we were up 5-0. Against the Dodgers, which I streamed, we should have won those games. We should have swept those series. Games that we should have won, we lost. AL East opponents, we have the worst record against the AL East in the AL East, and we're in 3rd. So that's saying something. We have a losing record against every team in the AL East, even Boston, who is in last fucking place, and they suck. So that's another thing. That's on the team. I'm not ranting just because of the front office. The team let us down. The players let us down. People blame the front office a lot and then don't mention the players. But every fucking player on offense, outside David Schneider, he came in later, let us fucking down. George Springer, you're overpaid and washed. You let us down. Okay? Vladimir Guerrero Jr., you are overrated. You let us down. Lose some weight. Alek Manoah is the worst. He's number 1 in this fucking category. He is number 1. Okay? You try to make us feel bad when he was pitching like shit. Oh, he cares. I don't care. Every baseball player should care. That's why they're in the majors. Alek Manoah, he's a pussy for not going to AAA. And reporting. Thank God someone who deserves it has a fucking roster spot, and I hope we trade Alek Manoah. I don't care what we get. He's worthless. He's a failed experiment. I loved 2021 and 2022, Alek Manoah was a different person. 2023, Alek Manoah is just a fucking excuse machine. And yeah, so we played down to competition all year. We couldn't beat AL East opponents. It's just, this year has been an up and down roller coaster. I know it's not over. I know there's a chance, but even then, if we make the playoffs, we're not going anywhere. We're not making it to the ALCS. We're not making it to the World Series. Heck, we're not even going to make it to the divisional round. We'll probably get swept by the Twins again, their first fucking playoff win since 2004. So if they try to make a Mickey run and make the playoffs, they're going to lose, and then Ross Atkins is going to stay. So I don't want to make the playoffs because Ross Atkins is going to stay. If we miss the playoffs, there's at least a chance that Ross Atkins is fired, and James Click is put in because I just can't take Ross Atkins anymore, man. He's made a lot of bad moves. The good moves don't outweigh the bad. There's a lot of good moves that Ross Atkins did, but there's a shitload of bad. And, I've never been voiced as a Ross Atkins hater. It's just my breaking point. Ross Atkins needs to fucking go. He needs to go, man. He needs to fucking go. He's been here since 2016 and has accomplished nothing. That ALCS, again, was not his fucking roster. That was Alcantopoulos' roster, okay? Yes, he made moves for, Francisco Liriano, and I don't know who else we got in 2016 at the trade deadline. That was a long time ago. Fucking, crucified me. Oh, my God. But his regime has failed. The rebuilding years, I don't really count them. So our competitive years were 2 years. Well, I count. All right, 2020, 2021, 2022, and we won 0 playoff games. And this guy's still on the fucking team. He's still on the roster. There's no progression. He needs to be fired. Ross Atkins needs to be fired. At least Kyle Dubas won a fucking round in his last year with the Leafs, and as much as I don't like Masai Ujiri, he's won a damn championship and he's got his team to 2 conference finals appearances. What has fucking Atkins and Shapiro done? 2016 does not count. So losing season 2017, losing season 2018, losing season 2019. Mickey run 2020, which is 2 games we got swept by the Rays. 2021, we failed short of making the playoffs. I don't give a shit. 2022, we blew a 9-run or 8-run lead in the fucking wildcard round. All right, and this year we're gonna fucking fail to make the playoffs. And what? All right, so Rogers, you want to make, how you make more money? You win fucking playoff games and you make it farther in the fucking playoffs, That's how you make postseason bread. If this guy ain't making postseason bread for the Blue Jays, fucking fire his ass, okay? He's done nothing. His track record is bad. The ALCS in 2016 does not count, again. For the 50 billionth time, it does not count. So, those seasons, minus 2016, has 0 postseason Ws. Because that was not their roster. That wasn't Shapiro and Atkins' roster. That was Alex Anthopoulos' roster. And look at Alex Anthopoulos as the Braves. That team is a fucking juggernaut. He knows how to build hitting. Acuna, I don't think he drafted Acuna, but still. Acuna, fucking Riley, Ozuna even. Old man Ozuna from the Braves. To get that joke, you'll get it. Everyone's hitting. Matt Olson, that fucking trade, you fleeced the A's. Well, everyone can fleece the A's. He's also the guy who got us Josh Donaldson. So, Alex Anthopoulos knows what he's doing. I wish we brought him back because I don't think we would have had this problem. I think we would have been a contender with Alex Anthopoulos. I know he probably is a better GM now because he went to the Dodgers after he left for like a year and then came to the Toronto Blue Jays. Came to the Braves, became a GM of the Braves. So he did get better as an executive once he left Toronto, but I wish we would have kept him. He's a homegrown guy. He's Canadian, but Alex Anthopoulos was better as a GM, and I think James Click would have been better as a GM right now. Hopefully, James Click is the new fucking GM by December, and we get this shit started, and we make trades, and we get younger, because all the free agents we have right now are in their 30s, so I would just let them fucking walk because I want this team to get younger and I have power back on this fucking team. The rotation's going to stay the same, but there's no guarantee that the rotation would be better than this year's, obviously. There's no guarantee that Gosman will have a season like this. There's no guarantee that Barrios will stay the course. There's no guarantee that Kikuchi will have a season like this. There's no guarantee that Bassett would have a good season like this. And then the fifth starter is a question mark because, we got Ryu, but he's a free agent and I want him gone. And then you got fucking stupid Alek Manoah there. And then Ricky Tiedeman's not ready yet for the show. So you have to go after a fifth starter or a fourth starter / third starter or whatever, that area. Because your top two are Barrios and Gosman. So, there's work to do with whoever is the new GM. If we fire this fucking fraud, if we keep him, then 2024 is going to look the same. We're going to have a bunch of guys hitting 18 home runs at the end of the year. No 30 home run guy once again. And we're going to probably get swept in the fucking wild card again if we don't fire Ross Atkins, and not have a different regime. Because it's been, 7 years with this guy. And again, we have done nothing. So, the team this year has let us down. Ross Atkins, John Schneider, Guillermo Martinez, everyone except drunk Pete Walker hasn't let us down, okay? The bullpen was ready all season. There was shakeups, but the bullpen was great all season. Pete Walker kept this team afloat, okay? Without Pete Walker, we would be fifth fucking place, okay? Without Pete Walker. So Blue Jay fans, you gotta fucking praise Pete Walker this year because he did his job, he did his best with this fucking team, unlike fucking Guillermo and John Schneider and the fucking players on this team. So that's all I gotta say. That was my fucking rant. Blue Jay season's over. The Jays have failed the team, and on to next year. Hopefully this guy's gone. Ross Atkins is gone. Hopefully Vladdy's traded somehow. Trade him back to fucking Anaheim. I don't give a shit, man. Trade him to the fucking Nationals. Trade him to somewhere else. He doesn't even claim being Canadian even though he was born here. Go fuck yourself, Vladdy. You suck. Bo Bichette, give him a fucking max. He's the star on this team. He's the guy who actually cares about this city. Vladdy's just here. He's just riding the coattail. And you look at Bo, he fucking cares about this team. He rides the city unlike Vladdy. Vladdy does not ride the city. I don't give a shit. And that's all I gotta say. Peace and go Blue Jays forever. Even though they fucking blow and they've let the team down, I'm so happy they booed him off the field because that's what they deserve. The fans are mad. They're pissed. They fucking hate the effort. They hate this hitting. They hate Guillermo. They hate everything. What this team has become. Okay. I miss 2015. I miss 2016. I miss those teams that can hit home runs and pitch and go in deep playoff runs. But we don't have that because of Ross Atkins, Mark Shapiro, and this fucking current culture that we have. That's what I gotta say. Peace.